Welcome to Why the Fuck Isn't It September 17th, the Inside Gaming Podcast. I'm John.
I'm Bruce.
Hello. Hi. Water delicious.
Beautiful. And we're talking about Grand Theft Auto since that's aside from the Steam Summer Sale, that's one of the biggest things that happened this week.
Well, the gameplay trailer came out, and
it's so sexy.
It really is. On a PS3, no less.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see that?
I did catch that.
that was a lot of fun. I think we got a lot of shit for that originally. I think from Rockstar.
Wait, why?
When we said initially that the screenshots they were putting out could not possibly be current gen.
Like, we thought it was on a PC. We thought they were captured on a PC. And they said
Really?
they were captured
Which
on a
a lot of people do. You look at BioShock Infinite or anything like that. Like,
right.
They're obviously going to showcase the highest one. But Rockstar personally reached out and said, "Hey, just so you know, that is current gen." Or we went, okay, foot back in mouth.
Whatever.
Holy shit! And the whole time I was saying like, no way they could do this. And then you see the PS3 interface and like, whatever the UI, and you're just like, how the fuck does it look this good?
So do you think it's going to be better on the PS3 than the Xbox? Like, is there a reason they're capping it?
I would say it's pretty telling if that's the reason they chose to go with that.
That's a good point.
Because obviously it's not for the controller, because that's a piece of garbage.
Well, no, I mean, what is it? I would say the modern GTA started on PlayStation. Yeah, you can go back and say, oh, it was a PC game. With the original one, of course, yes.
Of course it was, yeah.
But I think everyone remembers Grand Theft Auto 3 being the reason why people play Grand Theft Auto today. And that was a PS2 game. When it first came out. It came out months later on the PC, I believe, and then Xbox down the line later once Vice City was out. But, maybe Rockstar's going back to, we love you, PlayStation.
Well, honestly, Rockstar's really good at optimizing for every system. I mean, that's one of those things that, I have an Xbox at home, but not a PS3, so I'm not afraid of buying it for the 360. I think it's going to do just as well.
Get it on 360.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, we all want it to come to the next gens as well as the PC, which I think it will, but it'll probably be in 9 months to a year.
Well, right now, I'm looking at my, I don't typically pre-order games, but this is that one that I pretty much make an exception to.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to get a PS3 version.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I think so. I mean, it looks like it. That's what I'm probably going to go with.
Well, we saw the capture on the PS3, and we know it looks good.
Yeah.
Until I see it on an Xbox, then sure. If Rockstar does another showing of, oh, this is actually what looks on Xbox, then it doesn't matter. It's whichever one I can find. It doesn't, obviously.
Maybe when they do the here's GTA Online, it'll be the Xbox version since they can probably rely on.
Okay,
that.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, good point.
Because we don't know what the online's going to be, and if it's going to be a really strong portion of GTA, this whole online thing, I might go for the Xbox surefire online community.
Actually, I kind of want to run down a few things because we did that segment where we're like, oh, what you may have missed, but there's a lot of things that we just don't know. Everyone obviously they were speculating over the shack on top of the mountain,
which is so dumb. It's a box on a mountain.
It's
probably going to be the.
It's a metaphor.
The ski lift thing.
Sure. I'm just saying it's a metaphor for there are many things we don't know that people are just picking every little piece apart. And you just found something today, right? Or you were showing me little things there's a car chase part and you see a cop hanging off the side of a car. And he just gets run into a tree and just goes all ragdoll. I was like, that's a beautiful moment. And if you blink, you miss it.
So fun.
Yeah, there's just a million things.
It's literally it's the scene where you zoom in, you're voyeuring on everybody. You leave Michael and then you zoom in on Trevor and he's in the middle of a pursuit and there's just 10 frames. That's about it. Of just the cop on the side whacked right into a tree and gone.
That's the way those games are, though. That's the way GTA's always been. It's if you said, if you blink, if you're not looking in the right area, and we've seen this with all the mods we've been doing. It's everything is happening. There's so many different things, so that you sort of have to kind of just keep your eyes on it all at once. And again, that's why Rockstar's so good at this kind of thing, is because they know. What was it? Hideo Kojima is now depressed because
that
he
may
saw
have been a mistranslation.
He said, I don't know, but he seemed really sad because he was depressed about how good the GTA 5 looked compared to Metal Gear Solid.
I don't think he's gonna put a gun in his mouth because he's just I cannot reach the level.
I am not a rock star.
And it's dude, chill out.
No, Metal Gear is going to be good, but
Yeah, I was it's their first try at open world as well, so they've got a lot to learn. I'm sure they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
There's so many things. I'm my mind's running through every little thing that we.
The thing. Well, going back to the online thing, I think that was my biggest question was, we finally saw the UI. Someone had mocked it up of like what they had saw at a press event, and then they tried to like redraw it in their head, and Rockstar took it down of like, take your memories down.
Really?
You can't put those up. Yeah, exactly.
Did you see it?
The drawings weren't that far off.
It actually wasn't too far. Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, if you look at the UI, it's all very simple. It's very clean. Like, I really like what they've done with it. Mm-hmm. But when you look at that radio wheel, you can switch between the 3 characters, like we've seen. Some are blanked out during missions. Like, you can't be Trevor when you're rappelling down. You could only be Franklin and Michael. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a 4th one, but there's a silhouette of a head. And I was like, well, what is that? And the assumption is I think it's online. And maybe, you know, obviously it's not done or finalized, but maybe at any point you can just hop online with.
Well, I'm going to say, is it like Destiny where somebody jumps into your game and then they can help you? Or
from what it looked like, it looked different.
So, yeah. I think it's going to follow kind of along what they're doing now, where it's like at any time you could jump into online, but it kind of reloads the world. It kind of takes you out of the single player campaign.
So it takes you out of the campaign completely. They're not going to help you with the campaign.
I think
so, yeah. I mean, we saw up to 19 players. It looks like it's going to be a free-for-all. If anything, it looks like Just Cause multiplayer.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
But I'm hoping that they kind of incorporate some of the storyline missions like they did with Red Dead Redemption, where it's like, here's a particular like point you have to take over. You could go with like your crew and go do this. So maybe it'll be like a more detailed version of that, where you get to do heist with some of your friends online. So you get like 4 of your buddies, plan out and actually do like, all right, you go get the truck, I'm going to go recon the place, and you all do this at the same time, and then come together to actually pull off a big heist online.
So other than fun, like what things are going to like give you like unlockables and like, you know, customizable.
Well, someone pointed out that there is a money counter in the top right when the guy's in the penthouse just kind of hanging out right there in his apartment. There has to be some kind of progression or unlockables, or that money's going to have to be used for something.
Yeah, well, even in the pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto, they have certain unlockables just for the multiplayer campaign.
Right.
So I have a feeling that you're going to be able to
Rockstar's
get,
clearly
like,
learned a few things after doing Red Dead, even though that's Rockstar San Diego, but, you know, taking that online and making it a more rich, fuller experience than it was in Grand Theft Auto 4, and then the unlockables they were doing in Max Payne as well. They know what they're doing with online, like they're learning. This should be their crown jewel of this generation of, we're going to give you a rich online experience that you haven't really had yet. And the fact that they're calling it Grand Theft Auto Online is very telling, and they're not calling it Grand Theft Auto 5, internet mode. Yeah, exactly. It's not just called, it's like, oh, come check out multiplayer mode. They're branding it as its own thing. And I think that means something. That might even mean something even bigger for the next generation.
Well, a lot of people were speculating that it's going to go kind of towards like an MMO.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, and that's the way it feels. It feels like a completely separate game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, kind of like what they were doing with that. What was that game? ATB. You remember that? Not a lot of people.
All Points Bulletin.
APB. Yes.
Oh, sorry. ATB. I don't know what the fuck that is.
You're thinking of that band. Come on.
There's a band called ATB?
Yes.
Oh, that's why. Sorry. I have horrible taste in music. I'm sorry.
What were they doing with APB?
It was just like an online Grand Theft Auto, basically.
One of the guys who actually worked on GTA had left Rockstar, and he started this game, ATB.
APB.
Come on, stop thinking of them.
AFB. And it failed miserably. It just did not do what they were... He had very lofty goals, but essentially it was what you're describing. It's a persistent online world in, GTA. And it was just kind of like, it just didn't work that well. Now it's a free to play, and I think people have fun with it. Like, I tried playing it, and it just, it was okay. But if anyone's going to make it work, it's Rockstar.
Well, and, do you think they'll make GTA Online like a free to play, or do you think it's just going to be something that comes along with the game when you buy it?
I don't think it's going to be a free to play. I think it's just part of the game itself. So
they're not going to make it.
You have the game. Here's the online mode. Go.
They're not going to charge you like a subscription fee or anything.
No, I wouldn't think so.
It'd be really interesting. I mean, and also keep an eye on. This is another thing. I mean, we're talking about Grand Theft Auto a lot. How many open world games are coming out this year? Besides, we got Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, Saints Row.
All of that is next. Oh no, wait. Never mind. Both of
those
are coming to current
gen. They're all coming out this year.
I keep seeing them on next gen that I forget that they can play on the system.
So that's where the future of games, I think, right now is going, because you want a larger world, you want to be able to do whatever you want, but then also participate in a campaign.
But then the things that like Watch Dogs is doing, where anyone can essentially jump into your game if they're online using any kind of device, is pretty cool. When you talk about doing like a free to play version of Grand Theft Auto, I always thought it'd be cool that, okay, if you pay a monthly fee or you buy the game or whatever, you can play and you're a gangster and you can rob banks and do all these missions. But if you want just the free experience, you just play as a cop. There's no progression system where there's a light one. Maybe it's more of a grind.
Yeah.
But you're just essentially, you can maybe like rank up to a SWAT officer or whatever. But like, you're basically, you could only play once someone's committing a crime or they get caught. Or that like someone trips an alarm, and then it's like, all right, now I can play.
And that's another person. That's another person, right? Online, like
it'd be basically the people who they don't have a lot of money or they can't play a game, but it's like, oh, I can still participate in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
I will just be this, I get a taste of it, and I don't have to fork over money. And then maybe it's like, oh, I'm super addicted to this. I actually want to do these missions, and I want to be a bad guy or something like that.
That
So,
could be kinda
I don't know.
interesting.
That was always that. If you're listening, Rockstar, that's some free advice. Please do it.
Well, I guess my real question is, and I've been talking about this with you for a long time. When are they going to come out with a PC and a next gen like that? Because we know it's got like
I doubt it's going to come to next gen.
GTA 5. No,
GTA
it
5.
It has to.
because if here's the thing, if they release a PC version, they've already got the next gen version just sitting there. Like the port's just ready to go, so they can just drop it on the next gen systems. And it's 9 months to a year, probably because that was the timeline for GTA 4, right? Where they released it.
I think it was about 9 months afterwards, and
they released the PC.
and
version.
the consensus was it was a really bad port. I mean,
the GTA 4?
yeah, I mean, when it came out, people were very upset about it and just like, it plays like shit. I mean, from what we've played, I mean, we got pretty beefy PCs now. We're playing it years later. You played it on console originally,
Yeah,
and so
but
you're
it's
coming
funny,
into
maybe
it
I
years
haven't
later
played
after
it on
a Steam
console
sale.
in so long because
Right.
it feels the same to me.
Right.
Nothing's really changed.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I
I haven't
ports
had
like
any problems with it. I mean, other than when I install an Iron Man mod, the thing just crashes.
yeah, those are the mods though.
But the consensus was that it was really crappy and it didn't sell well, and it was kind of this weird, fuck you back attitude of Rockstar being like, here's a fucking bad port, and people are like, well, fuck you, and the Rockstar's like, well, fuck you back. And it's just like no one was happy.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, why would we make it for PC if you're not going to buy it? And they're like, well, you didn't make it good. And there's like, well, fuck you.
Fuck you, right.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, and so I don't think they're ready to just jump into it, especially since they never did Red Dead
I
on
was gonna
PC.
say,
But that
that's
was
what
also
I'm saying.
Rockstar
It's
San
like
Diego.
They haven't
so.
done their last game on PC, so I don't see why they would do this one.
What was the last game?
Red Dead.
Well, the last game was Max Payne.
Or sorry, Max. Sorry, I forget that game exists.
It's a good
Frankly.
game, and it
No,
was
it
on
is a good
PC,
game.
and it was on
It was
PC,
on PC,
and
right.
it was very optimized for PC, and it was beautiful.
Well, it was gorgeous, and that was the thing. Was they just had a job posting a couple of days ago on Rockstar that was for PC development, and they
Right.
literally they had it up for like an hour and took it down
because
a lot of people picked up on it and were like, oh, like is this?
Well, because it says like bringing our latest stuff to PC.
So,
Right.
so the theory is that they'll put it out on consoles, which makes sense because
current gens.
it's current gen. It's I know the arguments out there. If it's easy to pirate games on consoles, it's a lot easier to do it on PC. I think regardless, because you can just you change an executable file and you're good to go.
Yeah.
That's how it is. And from Rockstar's perspective, it's more controlled, and they know they have a huge user base.
Right.
So
They're going to sell a ton regardless.
exactly. There's 140 million plus consoles that they're selling to, so they're going to put it out there first, ride that one as long as they can, get those sales, and then possibly say, hey, we're also working on a PC version and learning from their mistakes from before with GTA 4. They're probably going to optimize the shit out of it. They just don't want it. They want you to buy the game twice. Is what I think.
I will, unfortunately.
I was going to say, and you might end up buying the game 3 times because it'll
to
be
get it on
current gen,
PC.
PC, and next gen.
Right.
I'm that dumb in love with Grand Theft Auto.
No, I
that
mean
I'll totally do
everybody
that.
and everybody
But
is.
what I'm curious though is somebody pointed this out yesterday that the trailer showed a particular spot. It was like an airplane going over a canyon near the train tracks, and somebody found a screenshot of that exact same area. But the screenshot that they had released earlier had tons of trees and just an entirely different looking world, and then the gameplay one that we just saw was like completely barren and stripped.
That's why my theory was all those original screenshots we saw were PC.
We all thought
all games are made on a PC. You're
Yeah.
using a developer kit, but like you're using a PC to develop it. And it's like, why would you not have that ready to
But
go?
so what I'm saying is that if that's the case, if it was a PC, when they bring it to PC or next gen consoles, are they going to put all that back? Like, is it going to
course
become
they
like
will.
a super enhanced?
Well,
Like,
that-
here's the beautiful
That's
edition
the,
of the
that's
game.
the added bonus that they have to force you to buy the game on next gen, right?
Right.
They're like, oh my gosh, now it's got all these other different worlds, all this other DLC, and of course you can do the mods on PC and things like that. So that's the added bonus.
Well, that brings up the big point right now. We're still playing Grand Theft Auto 4 today because of mods.
Because of mods,
we do
right.
a mod series on our channel.
and Rockstar knows that. They know that.
I hope
They've
they
watched
do.
our
No,
show?
well, they have watched our show and they do know that. So
How do you think they feel about that, though?
I hope
because
they
the game,
laugh.
because GTA 4 is not mod supported. There is no true. I mean, yeah, you can do mods for it, but Rockstar does not officially do an SDK or like they're not they're
not promoting it.
Exactly. They're not looking for these mods to do. This is just because of the fans that it has been. They've taken the Rage engine, just took it apart and have done Hulk.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Awesome.
No, which is
And-
great.
And they have to be seeing that, and just seeing how popular that game is. They have to capitalize on that, right?
Well, in my opinion, I think so. For example, with Counter-Strike and Valve, that's what happened. Valve saw Counter-Strike as a mod because it was a mod originally, and they jumped on it. They took all the developers from Counter-Strike and they're like, "Okay, you're working for us now." And I think Rockstar is probably going to do the same thing with the people that are making the mods. Not make them work for them, but go like, "Wow, like this is really amazing." How they're basically reviving this game that has been not dead, but just not been around for years.
A big problem with GTA 4 was it was Games for Windows Live, which is already a bitch to work
Right,
with.
yeah.
You have to go through Social Club. You have to go through
Ugh.
Games for Windows Live. It's just like 4 or 5 layers of just bullshit.
Hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
If it comes to Steam, then you have the Steam Workshop, and it just becomes a lot easier. I can see the reason why they don't want mods. It's because, and there's an argument on both sides, that how are we going to charge for DLC?
Okay, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
If they can just make it.
But, I
But
mean,
they can use
with
the
their
same
last-
argument for Skyrim, though. Same thing.
Oh, yeah, good point.
That game is modded to hell, and they still sold Hearthfire, where you build a house and fucking people bought it.
But that's what I mean. It was like Rockstar's DLC is like these incredible expansions, not just like, oh, we've added this little bit, and it's like,
Right.
here's a completely
You're right.
new campaign
It's
of
not.
brand new
Yeah, it's not
story.
like a mod. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, what was it? Ballad of Gay Tony, Lost and Damned,
Yeah.
and then you have Red Dead's Undead Nightmare. It's like, those
Right.
are really
They were-
Oh, no.
Right.
So, I mean, also, remember, you're talking to two parts of a company. You're talking to their marketing and the publisher side, and then you're talking to the developers who are probably like, fuck yeah, just play the game.
I'm
Like,
sure the developers love that.
do crazy shit. Yeah, they're like, we would love that. And then the marketing's like, right, but how can we make more money?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what we want. There are these two fighting, conflicting sides that you'll always see. And if Rockstar pushes the right way, you could potentially see actual mod support for the game.
Well, for me, with these GTA 4 mods that I've been watching, I never bought the game on console. So the
Right.
more that I watch these mods, the more I'm like, damn it, I want to play this game at home on my console. Like, because I played it on PC, but I never played it on console, and I kind of want to buy GTA 4 and go home and just like sit down and play
have
it.
it.
Well, that's that's also just the whole YouTube thing in general. That's the argument of why our company exists.
Right,
Is
yeah.
because legally we're not allowed to be putting video up of video games up online.
But we're promoting their game.
Right. Oh, no, I know. I'm saying
I know.
it's legal. It's like putting a film up. We basically, it's a gray area, and it's technically all copywritten. But game developers are like, well, fuck, you're doing free promotion for my game.
Yep.
Put up.
It's like, go
Rockstar will actually strike your video if you put a video up with a spoiler.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, they're fine with multiplayer
Good for
and
them.
just fucking around. But yeah, there have been videos taken down where they actually, if you spoil any of the story, they'll take it down. That was Nintendo's argument of why they were striking videos. I mean, they're just doing a blanket shotgun blast across the internet, but their whole point was, why would I have someone do a Let's Play if they're just going to spoil the game and then no one's going to buy it?
I don't see
That's their argument,
That's
and
their-
I will say they're 100% wrong.
Yeah.
And then that's just them not understanding internet culture, but that's a whole
So
other
that would be the
thing.
marketing team not understanding.
Right.
I think that's also could just possibly be a Japanese company that just doesn't get this huge. I mean, it's kind of a Western idea of doing online video. It's a new thing. Maybe it's huge in Russia. I don't know. Possibly, I'd like to find out.
Well, it's either way. Like you see these games played, and again, it makes me want to play the game. It doesn't make me want to go like, well, I saw the game, now I don't need to play it ever again. You know, like it's not like that at all. It's always makes me want to play the game more every time I watch a good gameplay video.
Yeah, I'm sure you see multiple sides of it, but regardless, based just on the gameplay video we saw for GTA 5,
Yeah.
thing's got 10 million views in a day and a half.
I think it's up to 12 now.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I wouldn't worry about the lack of sales for that thing.
No.
I think you're fine
The
if
fact
you're
that
sitting
it's
at
just
Rockstar right
the
now.
trailer came out and the entire internet blew up in unison over it. It's
Well, and everybody
stupid.
loved it. Nobody was like, "Oh, this is terrible." Like no one said that. And, there wasn't one bad criticism.
It's that one game that crosses genres where it's like you're gonna see, Conan's already putting it on his Facebook. It's gonna be on television shows. It's gonna be brought up like,
Jimmy Fallon will get it first.
no, of course. Well, actually, Rockstar's in New York, so yes, he will get it first. But it is a game that, yeah, it's. I mean, come on, Dave Chappelle had a rap song or had a rap lyric in one of his episodes. It was the one where Tupac was supposed to be dead, but he's still rapping Beyond the Grave, and he's singing about CJ.
I
Yeah,
totally missed
and
that.
everyone gets it, and they're like, "Yeah, CJ from San Andreas, of course." It's like, cause fucking everyone plays Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
It's that game that it's just no matter what, people are gonna buy it regardless, and suckers like us are gonna buy it 2 or 3 times
You bet.
because we're idiots.
Yeah. Well, I'm still not sure if I'm going to wait out the current gen or not. I may just like watch my roommate play the current gen. and then wait for the PC because I need that PC version. I love playing on PC. I love it.
Oh,
You
of
wouldn't
course.
even go for the console one.
I probably will.
Come
I
on.
probably will. I know.
Well, this is what's going to happen.
I was going to say we have to get the same one so that we can do this
Right.
all online.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
you're the odd one out because Bruce and I are getting Xbox.
I just want whatever it plays best on, and right now it looks like it's playing. All I saw gameplay
You
on
only
was the
saw
PS3.
PS3. You haven't seen Xbox.
So yeah, we're all gonna buy it on current gen consoles, and it's gonna come out on PC. Since we all have PCs, we're gonna play it,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna come out on next gen consoles, and we're like, well,
I want to play it
sure.
again.
yeah, I kind of maybe. Oh, they're doing DLC with it. Well, fuck, I'll buy it again.
Well, you're going to put it in the Xbox One and go, holy shit, this looks way better. Like
Than
everyone-
PC?
Well, no, not the PC,
Alright.
but the current.
Then by that time they'll
I'm
have
trying.
the
I'm trying
ultimate
to. I'm
box
trying to
set.
figure out the reasoning why I would buy it after PC.
I don't know.
There's got to be a dumb reason.
They'll come
I
up with
was going to
something.
say what they'll do is they'll release it for PC, but it'll be just a port of the current one, and then the next gen one. That's when they'll save it for like here's the big beautiful thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
And what we're
that's
talking about with
amazing.
GTA, doing GTA Online, if they're utilizing Sony and Microsoft's cloud support, they could do some crazy persistent MMO stuff that's like, oh, this is GTA Online next gen. You're like, motherfucker, I gotta buy that again. And then maybe it's
135 players.
right, and they're like, and it'll come to PC in 5 years. You're like, motherfucker, die! But I'll buy your stuff because I love you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I love them so very much.
Yeah, I was like, we'll wrap it up there. It's
Cool,
a nice,
yeah.
sweet, short one, but
Yeah.
just cream
I
ourselves.
hope Rockstar's not too tired from us jerking them off for 20 minutes, but
I'm sure
We'll
they
keep
love it.
sucking their dick for a long
well,
time.
probably.
I'm sure they like. Again, there's nothing bad to say about it right now. We don't know anything bad about it.
I don't think there ever will be.
No, you're probably
Other
right,
than
you're
the
probably
fact that it's not on PC.
True. Yes. Good
That'll be
point.
the
Yet.
only argument.
Yet, but it will be.
Hopefully, I think we got 2 months left.
Oh, for September,
before it
yeah.
releases.
Right.
So, which sucks. I'm going to be out of the country on release day.
Oh,
It kills
that's,
me.
Wow, we're
I'm
not.
gonna be-
Nope, midnight release.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait like a week before I get back till I can touch that thing. So,
That'd be great.
All right.
all right, so we'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for joining me on this one. If you guys could check us out, we're back on iTunes.
iTunes,
We'd
yep.
love
Hey.
some reviews, some comments, hatred.
We're also on
whatever
Stitcher,
you
yeah?
want to give us. We are on Stitcher. We were never off of that.
That's
so
right. Yeah, we're always on Stitcher.
Stitcher's doing its own thing, but yeah, check us out there.
Cool.
All that good stuff. And we're done.
Cool. Tune in next week when we talk about Dark Souls. I actually like it, but more on that later.